It's very magical, and I want to share a project with you that I've been working for the past 4 days. The project is, in summary, the integration of AI systems into business coaching. And the whole goal of the AI system is to assist the business coaches to create, analyze data from their clients and store it and also give actionable advice on the matters that the business should focus on. And the beginning of the workflow starts from getting the client's information. The client information can be gotten from Tally, which is actually a form platform. And the information that you get is the first name, the last name, the company name, and other information that will actually help the AI make good analysis, such as the market effectiveness, the sale process helps. How I would be doing is how I would be taking you um through this workflow is I'll be giving you a node by node explanation of what the workflow is doing at certain points in time. And I'll also show you the final solution or the final product of the workflow because the goal is to create a gamma markdown that can serve as a presentation for the clients. The beginning is from the intake diagnostic, and this starts with a webhook that gets information from the tally form. I have pinned the data, but that doesn't mean that I can't also re-execute the workflow to give you a visual representation of what is happening. So it gets the information from the tally, it extracts the client information, it extracts the scores and the open questions. It generates a folder name and it creates the main client folder on your Google Drive. This is what it would look like. It will look like this. Then it will show you, it will give you all of the information, all of the scores are inside here. And it will also save it in the client directory. As you can see, this is what it did. It's just automatically updated the form. Then afterwards, it comes back to the Google Meet transcripts. And this Google Meet transcript is interesting because it gets the information not just from Google Meet, but you can also get it from WhatsApp recordings. And you can also get it from email. But for this demonstration, I will use Google Meet. So there is a trigger that's always occurring and it looks for new transcripts at certain periods of time. That is every 30 minutes, it looks for a new transcript. Then when it's done, it downloads the transcript. You see it has already downloaded this transcript right now. This is the transcript, this is the transcript link. Then it sends it to 11 Labs to download the transcript, which converts it to text, which is what it does here. Then it feeds it to the AI agent, which would extract the transcript name and it would also give it the context. And this is the system prompt. The coaching intelligence assistant that processes meeting transcripts. Your job is to read the meeting transcript, identify which client or company the meeting is about, look up the client in the client directory tool. If found, store the transcript in weekly intelligence data tool and return a status report. And these are the tools that we gave it. We gave it um the directory, the client directory tool. And the description is we use this tool to look up clients by client's name and search the company name column. Then when it's not done, to not update the weekly intelligence data. After it's done with that, if the client that it's getting the note from, if the client that is getting transcript from is an unknown client, it does nothing. Otherwise, it notifies the it notifies the coach that the transcript has already been ingested, and this is what the email will look like. Let me refresh this page. This is what it would look like. Then afterwards, it goes into the weekly synthesis, and this is the meat of the workflow, because this is where we will determine the status check, and this is where we will now generate the weekly intelligence. So I have pinned these two so that we won't be overfeeding the AI system with queries, but I will still give you a node by node explanation of what is happening. So what it does is it gets all the active clients in the client directory, then it loops over it. So for each client, we perform a singular loop. Then we get the client's week data from the weekly intelligence data. Then it finds out if this client has a new data item. So if we've already had a meeting from Google Meet, it finds out if this is going to be a new, if we have new information from the client from that meeting or not. And here we have a new meeting. We had a new meeting. Then we edit the fields and it gives and we input the transcripts, the client's ID, the company name, the week number, and then we determine the status check. And this is what we use to determine if the client is a new client or if the client is a returning client. Because if the client is a returning client, we want to get all the past weekly intelligence we have on that client to get to see if the client's business has improved or not. Otherwise, the client is a new client and we just want to store that data. So this is the system prompt as well. The system prompt is you are a helpful assistant. You're a client status classification agent with access to Google Sheets. Your task is to determine if a client is new or returning by checking the weekly reports archive sheets. The classification rules is this client is a new client or is a returning client, and these are the instructions that are also given. Then we then check and we now determine if this is a new or returning client. Since this is a new client, we generate a weekly intelligence here, and this is the weekly intelligence. Then we extract the intelligence reports, we save it to Google, then we email the intelligence to the coach, which is this. Oh my gosh. This is what the intelligence report will look like. It gives a progress check, the risk flags, the engagement quality assessment, the execution gaps. And once it's done with that, it moves to the next workflow, which is this. And the next workflow is primarily for the coach to be able to create a presentation. So when the coach comes here, it would ask the coach for the client's name, which is Mr. Bright. Then we look for the company's name here and the engagement end date over here. Then we generate the gamma, then we submit it. And once we are done with that, it gives that information to the webhook. So we extract the choices from here. So you can see the name, the client company, the engagement end date, you generate gamma, and it gets the original diagnostic. Then it downloads the original diagnostic. That means from the first diagnostic, it extracts the information with text and it gets all the weekly intelligence reports. So that means if this is an old client or if there is one intelligence report, it gives you one. If there are more than one, it gives you all the reports. Then it then gives everything to the AI and it extracts the AI would let me show you the system prompt. The AI would not ask you're an expert business diagnostician and strategic advisor. You are creating a final comprehensive diagnostic and business development plan for a client who has just completed a weak coaching engagement. Um, your task is to synthesize these inputs into a structured, comprehensive, and forward-looking report with the following sections: the executive summary, the transformation analysis, where they've started and where they are currently, the primary challenges identified, the journey, and other information there. So we extract the final report, then we create a file, and then we now generate the gamma. We create the file and we now send it to our Google Drive. So then when everything is done, it tells the coach to generate the gamma, and this is what the file would look like at the end. And once it's done with this, you can download the gamma MD, or you can copy it. Once you are done copying, you can then go to gamma, paste it here. Then once it's done, it should create a presentation for you. As you can see, it's generating the presentation for you. It's generating the presentation for you.